What's up, guys? So today what I'm doing is just doing a couple logs here in Mexico, some data logs on my MHD, which allows me to capture, like I said, logs of data for from the car. As you can see here, this is what we're doing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how you can use your MHD software to get you a theoretical dyno graph. So the data log, it needs a vehicle speed. So there's all kinds of sensors and data acquisition stuff going on the car that the MHD is going to take. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go home, put that in the computer, upload it into a dyno software, and that will be just an approximate idea of kind of what your car is making, horsepower and torque wise. Obviously real dyno would be ideal, but for me, I probably won't get it on the dyno unless there's a dyno night or something like that. You get a couple runs for like 40-50 bucks. I probably won't put it on the dyno until it gets a dyno tune. So anyway, that being said, you basically, what you want to do is you want to get your acquisition software going, get it plugged into your OBD2 port, get your data logging on. I like to use Autolog just because I think once you get to a certain throttle position, it just starts logging. So I use Autolog, and then what I did just now here in Mexico is a third gear pull and a fourth gear pull. I had room to do a fourth gear pull. I think fourth is ideal because the closer to the 1-to-1 ratio you can get in the transmission, the better. For accuracy purposes. Now that we'll see on the software does allow you to choose to put in the gear ratios of your transmission, etc., etc. So that's nice as well. But I think for accuracy purposes, it seems to be pretty well discussed on the forums. Fourth gear is the one you want to be in for the automatic, but that kind of gets you up in speed. So right now I'm going to go put get some fuel. We're low on fuel, and I'm going to show you guys how I run my mix and how I kind of keep it from being inconvenient. Try to make it as convenient as possible, because when you're mixing, you obviously got to start up the pump twice, you got to do things. So give me a minute and I'll show you guys how I mix up the fuel. All right, guys, so we're at the gas station. Start out here. So I like to let the fuel get to about there, a little less than a quarter tank. And what I'm gonna do is, because I'm running an E40 blend right now, and I've done the math a million times. And what I do from this point where the gas is, I put in about 8 gallons of each. So I'll put in 8 gallons of E85 and 8 gallons of 93 octane. As you can see, we're over here at the E85 station. And that equates to a 40% mix, because remember, well, let's go outside and look. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So remember, when you're doing these calculations, that regular 93 octane does contain up to 10% ethanol. So as you can see there, 10% ethanol. And E85 is required to have a 70% minimum. At this station, you can see it says 51 to 83%, but I think it's a 70% minimum. So I use the maximum amount of ethanol in my calculation in the 93 octane, and then I use the minimum amount of ethanol in the E85 just to be safe, to make sure I have enough E85 in the tank, make sure I'm not detonating and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I do it, and we're gonna go get some fuel and do some more logs. All right, guys, so we're fueled up now. I did want to talk a little bit about a couple little more details with the E85 since I switched over to the E85, kind of some little things you may or may not want to know. So my fuel mileage. So fuel mileage for me, I did take a road trip on the E40 blend, and I've also done a lot of daily driving, kind of city driving, and I've also done a lot of mixed driving. So for 93 octane with regular 93 octane fuel, road trip wise, about 26 miles per gallon. But for me, I was driving the car pretty tough, 90 plus miles an hour on the interstates of Mexico. So definitely keep that in mind. That's how I drive on road trips. I like to get to where I'm going. And not to mention, the car's so smooth, you don't even realize you're doing 90 plus, but nevertheless. So 26 on 93 octane, doing that type of driving. When I went to E40, my mileage dropped to around 20 to 21 miles per gallon. on the E40 mix. City driving, normally I'd get 18, 19. Now I'm getting 15, 16, maybe 17 if I'm easy on the tank. This fill up I just did is probably one of my worst tanks at 15.5 miles per gallon, which has a lot of logs on that tank, and I think I was racing my buddy's M5 on that tank too. So fair enough to say, it's probably my worst tank. But overall, your fuel economy is going to drop a little bit, but also at the same time, my fill-up prices has decreased as well. I think I'm saving about $10 a fill-up or something like that. So definitely worth noting that as well. I think when it's all said and done, you are saving a little bit of money on the E85. But I mean, the performance is otherworldly. The amount of timing that you can run, and I'll show you guys this on the computer. I haven't ran a 93 octane map in a while, just because I don't want to go back. It's so much the mid range, so it doesn't actually make any more boost, from what I understand, maybe a pound or two. But where it really makes its extra power is it being able to advance the timing, so you get so much more like torque in the mid range and the bottom end. And I know I'm missing out on a lot of torque because I still have the stock charge pipe, and with the stock diverter valves, they're not. And I'll show you guys the data to back this up. The stock diverter valves just do not have the cojones to hold up to 19 and a half pounds of boost, or even 18 or even 15. And like I said, I'll show you the data when we get home. But as far as E85 is concerned, man, I'm sold on it. I mean, it's so easy. The only thing I wish that you could do with this particular platform is run 100% E85 or E85, so that way you can just fill up one time, not have to mix anything. But I mean, it's really not that bad, to be honest with you. Once you get used to it, it's whatever, especially once you get into the habit and the swing of things. The gas station here, well, there's one even closer to me that I was using, but since I was doing some logs, there's one up here. But there's a gas station, a E85 gas station, literally a mile from my house, so no big deal there. The mixing isn't as bad. Get used to it, basically. So I'm pretty much sold. I mean, for all the extra power you get, and you're able to get it out of the pump, I mean, no problems. It's $2 a gallon, and your fuel economy does suffer a little bit, but it doesn't suffer more than your performance increases, if that makes sense. So I'm pretty much a sold believer. On the list is an upgraded low pressure fuel pump. That way we can get the mixture up even higher. Probably E60 is probably where we're going to stop, because I'm not doing port injection and all that stuff. That's this can be a daily. I'm going to do like everything that still keeps it reliable, but allows me to get going when I want to. So that's important. But definitely want to talk a little bit about E85 with you guys, and to go from there. We're going to talk a lot more about it, especially when we have some data in front of us. So I'll see you guys when we get home. We'll go ahead and go over some data and show you how this dyno stuff works. Well, I lied, guys. Before we get home, I want to go ahead and show you what this software does. You can kind of see the AFRs and everything moving up and down, the inlet air temperature right there, the third one on the top, and then the boost all the way to the right. You can see the speed and other stuff down there, my coolant temp, oil temp, tranny temp, and this car, get out of the way, I'll show you. Just get on the throttle a little bit. You can see the boost, see the AFRs go crazy. You can see a little boost action there, 14 and a half. But yeah, this is MHD's data log software, and to note, it's keeping up with a lot more acquisition data points than this. But these, I think I have the gauges maxed out as far as how many it's going to display on the screen. So it's keeping up with a lot more than this. And like I said, once we get home, I'll be able to show you on the computer what all it's doing and what it's keeping up with. So just wanted to show you guys that. It's a pretty cool little thing. And yes, this is my 4-year-old's tablet. She's getting a new iPad mini for her birthday, and this will be my race car tablet, she calls it. So but yeah, we'll see you when you get home. All right, guys, so not a lot going to go on the conclusion of this video. What I was going to do is I was going to go ahead and show you guys all the data points and stuff, go through the MHD logs, go through the dyno and all that stuff, virtual dyno, sorry, and all that stuff, and then go ahead and explain everything. But it turned out that video was a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and make that into 2 different videos for you guys. I don't think anybody wants to sit here for a while and watch a 20-minute video, so I'm going to go ahead and get that going for you guys, get that video going and edited while this one's finished up, and that video will be up shortly right behind it. Thank you guys again. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any requests or you want to see anything, go ahead and put those in the comments. We'll do my best to get those done, and we got a lot more content coming, guys, so stay tuned.